capsule model that I'm going to share with you today is my experiential learning about the topic, be a winner. Uh, there are lots of YouTube videos that talk about how to win, how to be successful, how to be always a winner and stuff like that. This win word, as much as it sounds very positive and nice and encouraging, to reach to being a winner becomes a very humongous and a tedious task. I have about 7 tips, not much, but I have about 7 tips of sharing, which I have learned with my experience, and it's worked more or less in my favor. So I hope this helps you add value to your life and see things a little more differently and be more structured and organized, so we can achieve the winning part a little more sooner and better. So we will start with the first tip of the 7 tips that we're talking. First one happens to be the most crucial part because that's the first step. Okay. And what is the first step? Have a goal and be very specific about it. A goal has to be set. You can say, I want to be rich, but rich is a very vague term. So rich means what? Do you want to be a lakpati, a karodpati, ghar ka pati? What is it that you want to be is something that you have to be very specific about. Now, why have we got to be very specific of what we want? Because when you are specific, you know exactly where to reach and whether you've reached or not. For example, if I say I'm rich, having say 1 lakh in my account every month, if that makes you feel rich, good for you. But if that is not what is satisfying you, then what is it that will satisfy you? So the more specific we are, the more we know what we want. The more specific we are, we know what to achieve. The more specific we are, we know whether we have attained or got our reached our goal. So don't be vague. For example, this is one example as far as money is concerned. I can give you another funny example about weight. Okay. You might suddenly, this is a New Year resolution all of us have. Okay. And every New Year we are geared up saying, yaar, ye saal to mujhe weight lose karna hai. Kitna weight lose karna hai aur kab tak karna hai. Now, every goal, okay, that you set, weight lose karna could be 1 kg of losing weight also. And you have achieved what you wanted to achieve. But is that what you actually wanted? That's why you need to be more specific, because when you know your specifications, when you know exactly what you want, you will thrive for what you want. You will be satisfied once you have achieved it. So very crucial point of our being a winner, understand what your goal is, and your goal has to be specific. So when you are writing your goal in your book or in your paper or on your dashboard of your study table or work table, be very specific exactly of what you want. Because when you get exactly what you want, then your level of happiness, your level of success, your level of pride is 1,000 folds. Okay. So be very specific of what you're looking at. Have a goal and be very specific about what it is. Second important point, second important tip of how to be a winner. Be responsible for your action and deeds. Every action has got a reaction. Newton's law of principle. And that's a fact of life too. So every decision you make, every thought that goes in, every action that you make towards reaching closer to your goal, you will have ups and downs. Some will favor you, some will not favor you. Some will be very planned and organized and structured, but circumstances might not support it and might not come to the result that you and I were looking at. Anything that happens, plus or minus, positive or negative, positive in terms of reaching your goal, or negative in terms of pausing towards reaching the goal, whatever it is, that responsibility is solely and completely yours and yours only. In the process, you cannot say, Modi ji ne na tax बढ़ा दिया यार, यहाँ पे पैसे नहीं बच रहे. That is why there is something called planning. You anticipate, you plan in such a way, you preempt in such a way, you focus and you organize your thoughts. You talk to many people, understand how the economy is changing, how your business, how it will impact your business in 2 years from now, or likewise and like forth. You have to be more thoroughly focused. Then you should be able to come closer to your goal. So be very responsible about every action and deed. You cannot put the blame. We are not kids. We are not kids where we can say वो ball लेके चला गया इसलिए मेरे को batting नहीं मिली, or I took the bat and came because he took my ball away and stuff like that. You cannot work on a blame game. We are adults. We are responsible for our actions. We have thought through. We have put in a lot of thinking time into it, analysis time into it, logical reasoning into it. Then after having done the whole homework, responsibility and ownership lies in me. So first is find out your goal. Let it be as specific to the T. Be as specific as possible. Second important thing, be responsible about your action and deeds. You cannot get into a blame game and blame others, because a successful winner never puts his blame on others. Okay. Third important point, try your best to make winning a habit. When I say this, it might sound very stupid or cliche. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about this, please understand when I say winning as a habit, in the sense, I'm not saying you should not lose. Okay. Even if I've lost, my thrive to win should always be there. Even if the win happens to be a very small percentage today, that's okay. Out of the 10 points of execution that I managed to do today, towards the goal that I wanted to achieve, out of the 10, 8 backfired. 3 were the only works that I did actually added value to my goal, the specific goal that I was looking at. Doesn't matter. 3 is still a win. Something is better than nothing, right? So please focus on winning, even if it happens to be a very minuscule of the big dream that you managed to dream about. Okay. So first important thing, goal, and it has to be very specific. 2, be responsible about your action and deeds. 3, make winning a habit, but also accept your failures. Okay, that's very crucial as well. Okay. 4th important point, which we all lose when we become adults. The first very important thing that we start losing when we try to so-called be adults. You know what is it? We stop being inquisitive. We stop being curious. We stop asking questions. We stop ourselves from being eager to learn. अरे आ रहा है ना महीने का पैसा, क्या नया करना है? Why explore things when things are going fine? Why do things which are not necessary, which will take extra energy and effort? Why should I invest so much in things and struggle so much जब चीजें अच्छी चल रही हैं? So when we get into this mode of comfort, right? सब चल रहा है ना यार, उंगली क्यों करना है? चल रहा है ना, चलने दो. So the moment we do get into this zone of चलता है, ठीक है, मजे में है, the moment we get into this comfort zone, our progress towards winning, our progress towards better you, our progress towards being more successful starts losing. Okay, the whole momentum starts going or falling apart. So what you need to do is learn to ask questions, relevant questions. To ask relevant questions, you should have enough data. You should have enough information so you're capable of asking the right kind of questions to the right kind of people. Okay, so be inquisitive, be curious, be eager to know what is happening around. Okay, be inquisitive what other new things are happening. As simple as the lockdown and COVID. Thanks to COVID, the whole life has changed for all of us. All of us are sitting at home. Every teacher, every trainer like me is now doing online classes, like I'm currently doing for all of you. You think I was used to your, Zoom call or your Microsoft, team or anything? No, I was not. Because I was so very happy going to locations and doing training programs, meeting people physically, travel, and all that was so exciting and so happy. I was so contented with my own self. The moment the lockdown happened, I realized when things in life is going to change, it's not going to be the same anymore. I had to leave my comfort zone. I was forced to leave. I leave me alone, I would be very comfortable doing nothing. Okay, I would wait for the day when things open up and schools open up and colleges open up and companies open up and I go start doing training programs again. God knows when that will happen. Okay. but I was forced to change my outlook. I was forced to come out of my comfort zone. So I started doing a lot of research on how a Zoom call should be made. If I am conducting the Zoom call, then what are the, how do I do it? How do I launch? How do I do my videos? How do I post my videos on YouTube? What should I do? What should I not do? What are the do's and don'ts? What are the advantages of having a Zoom call in place? How many other people can I add in? How many people can I see? So much that I didn't know the world had it already. But I today, after a lot of homework and a lot of experiment, a lot of blunders in the process, now I'm in a place which I'm much more comfortable and confident about what tool I'm using. I know each tool in and out of how it operates. So this has become a very crucial part of us. So be curious. एक चीज को जानने की इच्छुकता होनी चाहिए. You should be very eager to know, because the more you know, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you absorb. The more you absorb, the more you implement. ठीक है? So please keep this going. And these are one of the most crucial characters of a winner. वो बैठता नहीं है, वो बहुत inquisitive होता है. He wants to know everything that is happening around him. So do that. So that's a very important part of character of a winner. The next very important point coming up again is we all need to learn to take risk. Now, when I say risk, there are big risks, small risk, calculated risk. I would suggest let's take calculated risk. Okay. Even for that matter, when it comes to money investment, there are high risk investments. But they are high returns, but they are high risk. There are low returns, low risk. There is mutual funds, which is the safest. So, every person, depending on his capability, the chances that he can take, the position that he is in, he will invest accordingly. Okay, it has nothing to do with middle class or upper middle class or higher class or lower class. It is just the fact of the bandwidth he has that he can take a risk. Likewise, a winner is also somebody who takes a risk. My suggestion, my way of what I've handled is I've always gone ahead and taken a calculated risk. I've taken a risk, but the percentage relatively smaller. So the return is also smaller, but I am okay with baby step taking because it gives me more confidence. Once I build up the confidence, then I can take bigger risks. Okay. But for now, because we are all beginning, let us plan before execution. Let us plan well, so we know how much of risk we are taking into each category and each step that we're going ahead with. Okay. So take risk, but preferred take calculated risk. Next, very important, be committed. This is a journey. This is not something that will happen today and you're done. Okay. You have to keep doing this regularly and consistently. Okay. So ye chalte rehna chahiye. This has to go on. Winning should be a habit. So even if there is, in the process of being successful, in the process of winning, if there are steps where I have lost, okay, I rework on myself, come back more stronger, okay, and achieve my goal. So be committed. There will be failures, there will be challenges which will shake you and shake you really, really bad, but that is okay. It is doing its job, you do your job, okay? We go with hand in glove. Yes, that's a part of your life. You handle this, you handle that. That's why I said, let's take calculated risk. That way we are more able to balance ourselves better. Okay. Another sixth point that I'm coming up with is work hard, but harder than others. All the successful people, most of the winners are actually working harder than you are doing. Also, they say that when you are asleep is when other people are working. Okay, successful people are awake when you are asleep. Okay, so please understand that if you're putting 100%, there are many people who are putting 100%. What else can you do better? If it is 200, go ahead, do it. But it has to be 200%. It has to be much more than what others are putting. Okay, only then the success can be looked at favoring your end. Okay, work hard, but harder than others. What others are doing, if they're doing 100, we do 200, because that is how the investment of successful people, winners, happen. Okay, be humble of your achievements. Now, this is something that keeps you being a human. Okay. Success is temporary. Okay. And this can actually, if you accept it, we all live for a better life. Okay, so that's why I say be humble, be true, be grounded. You know the pains that you have come this far, and you know what kind of investment of time, money, and effort you have put in to come where you are today. So you know how much of effort has come in. So be very humble to others. If there is another person struggling around and you have been there, you have done that, you know what the pain is, all you can do is support the person, respect the person. If there are mistakes happening or you can anticipate a mistake happening for that person, it is crucial and important for you to go and help the person, advise him to the best of your ability and tell him what is right, wrong, good, bad with your experience. Okay, be true, be humble, be grounded. That is being more human than being a winner. So, the points that I've shared, I hope and pray that it helps you win every day and every part of your life and be a better person. Thank you so much.